Right, everyone, I have some big news. I've made some huge changes to my Pimax Crystal Light, and I think I might actually be there. I think I might actually be at the VR perfection level for sim racing. I'm going to explain what I've done. A lot of it is quality of life, and it's resulting in this experience here. So you see, we're running at 90 frames a second. I'm going to explain that later. Now, some of the biggest... and everything is pin sharp, by the way. Like, there is no blurriness now. It is just... foreground is pin sharp, mid-ground is pin sharp, all the way up Eau Rouge. I can see the total advertising board there next to the DHL on the right hand side, and a little hut that's gone now because of the grandstand. I can see all the way up Eau Rouge. It's just, the detail is just absolutely crazy. And I've changed some of the settings, so let me explain. Now, the thing that's made the most difference, and why I think this is a game changer, is I didn't realise, but in the Pimax Crystal Light, you can actually look at your desktop, like your 2D desktop and all your 2D programs. And that is a massive game changer, because what that means is I was just able to open iRacing in my headset, like the menu system, choose my race, choose my opponents, choose the settings, and then load into the VR experience here, the actual engine, and go into my race, all in the headset. And that's big, because right now I'm using actually the lenses, the prescription lenses that I had for my Pimax Crystal. So I'm not sure if they're meant to fit or not, but they do. I can let you know they do fit in my Pimax Crystal Light. By the way, this is a review unit from Pimax. Very lucky to have it. And what that means is, because I'm not wearing my glasses, if I wasn't able to look at my 2D programs in the headset like I was doing before, it meant I needed to put my glasses on to look at the screen, and then to put the headset off, take the glasses off, put them on my lap, and then faff around and put it back on. And it was just, it's a real faff, I've got to be honest. But what I've done is, I think I have eliminated all of the faff to go VR sim racing, and that is huge. For someone like me, I don't have a lot of time, I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing, and when it comes to sim racing, I just want to jump on and race. And obviously VR always has another element of having to do stuff. But now let me explain the flow to you, what you can do. And maybe you knew this already, but I didn't. I'm just experimenting with everything to go around the outside. So what I do is, if I want to play anything in VR, first thing is now I just put the headset on. I don't load up any software, I don't prep anything, I just put the headset on. So I put the headset on, and then I go into the 2D mode and I select my Windows desktop. And then in the Windows desktop, I choose what game I want to play. Maybe I want to do sim racing, maybe I want to do ACC, maybe I want to do iRacing, maybe I want to do non-sim racing, maybe I want to do Half-Life Alyx or something, whatever. I just choose it using my pointers or using my mouse in the 2D environment, whilst I'm sitting in the headset, while I'm still getting acclimatized to still being in the VR headset, which is great. I then load up my game, and again I'm acclimatizing, and before I know it, the game started, and I'm just ready to go. Whereas before, it was just a complete faff. So that's a big game changer. Now, what I've done with the actual graphics here in iRacing, you can see we're locked at 90 Hz on the headset, which is really smooth. I remember running at 120 in the Crystal, and that being like arcade smooth, at the same time that I remember running 240 Hz on my Samsung screen. But 90 is perfectly smooth for me. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out at all right now, and I've got all of the detail that I want. Like, I genuinely have so much detail. This feels, and I can genuinely say this because I feel very, very, very honest with the PSVR 2, and I'm always honest in everything I say with VR because they're so expensive and you need to know the pros and the cons. So this is quite a big thing when I say it. This to me feels like I'm just driving in standard iRacing. It does not feel like a graphical downgrade to be in 3D. So I'll repeat that. This feels, everything I see from up close to the mid to far away feels like I'm just in iRacing running on like a 4K screen. And that's a big deal, because something like Gran Turismo 7 on PSVR 2 does not feel like you're running in 4K 2D. It's rough. It's blurry. Stuff in the distance gets very blurry. And that's a little bit game specific as well. If you think about Rensport, Rensport was not a good experience in VR in this headset because it was very blurry and shimmery. So iRacing here, I'm running it by the way in open VR, so if you're a proper headset person, you'll know that you probably recommend me to run it in OpenXR, but I'm just running it in OpenVR as well. And look at the detail up there in the brasserie, all the people on the grandstands, the trees, the like 5G mast there, the little house. There was a little bit of pop-in that came in. It's really cool to look at. And that just means now I can go in and drive in iRacing in VR, which is the best way to do iRacing. Like, I don't think there's a debate about that. Like, this is just, in an open Formula car like this anyway, is 100% better than racing on a screen. Because I'm not having to, on a screen, if you think about it, think about how small the horizon is on the screen you're watching at Lake Où. And think about how you need to pass those pixels in your mind to understand your braking distance. But because this is in 3D, I can feel the braking zone coming at me just way more intuitively. And that means I don't have to do any translation in my head from vertical 2D pixels to distance. I can just feel it and just be more instinctive, and I can lean more into my racing. I can listen more to the tyres. That genuinely is a big deal. By the way, I want to hear from you in the comments if you're a VR sim racer, because these headsets are so expensive. The PCs you need to run them are so expensive. They are not small investments or things you can just decide on a whim, I think. I think they're massive investments of time and money. So I really want to hear your honest opinions, and my commitment to you is that I'm going to be perfectly honest as well as I try everything out. Oh my goodness me, coming through Lake Où. Can imagine, by the way, being on a little motion sim now, how that will feel, but that's another level of faff, and I've just reduced a whole level of faff here. So yeah, running at 90 Hz, the graphics are really good, it's fluid. 46 is my number. You know, you can imagine this online as well. This is an AI race, I should confirm. Oh no! Running outside. Oh, and that's just great. Now, something's happened there in the headset, which is weird. It's just turned off, and my wheels turned off, actually. So that's weird. I think I've had a game crash or something. Something I've got to look into as I come out of the headset. This microphone's so annoying, it just goes up there. But yeah, this is the normal faff I would need to do, taking off the headset, put my glasses on like this, and then work out what's going on. But it looks like I fixed it. So again, I've got to troubleshoot what's gone on now. It looks like my wheel reset. So maybe it's an issue with my USB of my wheel and it's cut off everything. But we'll look into it, because like I've done with all of the videos, I'm just trying to let you know the journey I'm going on to get the VR sim racing perfection. Looks like I'm decapitated here. No. Cool. Well, let me know what you think, and I will see you. I'll see you in the next video.